Hi, everybody. I'm Andrea Isom. I have a question. How does getting a cash reward sound to you? Well, if you have information about a crime, you could get paid. And this can be any crime: assaults, drug activity, human trafficking, location of a fugitive, robberies, vandalism, literally any crime. Through Crime Stoppers of Michigan, you can submit a tip, and no one will know you did it, just you. It is 100% completely anonymous. No one will ask you your name or contact information.
So this is what will happen. You will be given a tip number to use throughout the process. All you do is pick up the phone and enter PIN number 065-432-11234. Next, you will enter 767 followed by the pound sign when prompted for the phone number.
When you submit a tip, your tip goes to an out-of-state call center that forwards your tip on. You will earn a cash reward if your information leads to an arrest. Look, this really works, and here's the proof.
Crime Stoppers of Michigan offers thousands of dollars in cash rewards where tip information leads to an arrest. More than 5,000 tips come in every year. Last year, more than $200,000 in recoveries, and over 40 cases of all types of crimes were solved, helping thousands of families and victims.
We want to share a few cases with you that we are looking for help to solve. But again, tips can be submitted on any crimes. I'm Andrea Isom. Please keep watching, and I'll be back to tell you how you can get the reward.
Randall Childs and Karen Young were last seen on Tuesday, June 7, 2011 at approximately 11:30 p.m. Randall walked Karen from his 6th floor apartment to be sure that she made it to her ride safely. This would be the last time that the two would be seen. The last known location was the Robert III Apartments at 3901 Grand River Avenue at Rosa Parks Boulevard on Detroit's west side. Today, Karen's children are here and family and friends to give her story and to let whoever it is that's involved with this case know who they've taken away from them.
My family and I are here again today on behalf of my beloved mother, Karen Young, who mysteriously went missing on June 7, 2011 with a gentleman by the name of Randall Childs, and they both are still missing to this present day, as if they vanished off the face of this earth. I had only met Randall one time, so I personally can't tell you much about him, but his family describes him as a kind man. And my mother was one of the most God-fearing individuals that you could ever meet. She valued life and loved her family to no end, and she would never just up and leave us without notice or a goodbye. And I'm sure that Randall would not have either. That's why we are here before you today, asking that civilians in the community, the residents at the Robert III Apartments, and even the inmates of the Michigan Department of Corrections at the facilities where Charles Anthony Jackson Jr. and Zelda Taylor are serving their time, for your help, because someone somewhere saw, heard, or know something. It has been a long, hard, and dreadful 12 and a half years with endless crying, wondering, and continuously praying for their safe return. Please help both of our families get the closure that we need and deserve. With that being said, please speak up. It could be your loved one the next time.
As everybody knows, can imagine, this is pretty devastating to the family. We searched high and low when this happened. We really just need some closure. So if anybody can help, please do.
She's my mother. I mean, I'm sure we all out here, we have mothers or have had mothers. And I just feel like whatever happened, how painful, it's very painful, but everyone deserves a proper burial. If they're not of this earth anymore, we need closure. We need to sleep. No more tears.
Kyrie Carter on Friday, August 18, 2023, at approximately 9:57 p.m. A 20-year-old female was struck by an unknown suspect driving in a white Hummer with the passenger side mirror missing at the intersection of Fairmont and Shaner. The suspect then fled the scene, headed towards 8 Mile Road. Today, her family is here to tell her story and to let the person driving this Hummer know who it is that they took away from her.
I really just want some help for my child. Like, my baby was 20, she didn't get to do nothing. This is like a nightmare for me. I really don't even know what to say, y'all. I really just want help for my baby and my kids. This is hard for my family in general. She didn't deserve that. Like, and left my baby outside on the ground, just no help, no nothing. My baby passed from that. So only thing I really gotta say is just, if somebody do know this vehicle, or if you see the vehicle, or just help us get justice for my baby, because she at least deserves to know what the person needs to be in trouble for doing that to my child.
She had so much that she wanted to give back just to the world. She loved children. She had a mindset where she wanted to have a center for the children to be involved with activities and things of that nature. I'm just reaching out, whomever, if anybody saw anything, it would be a help. Please let it be known.
Clarence Tariq Hammond III, also known as Tariq or Ricky, was murdered 3 years ago. An unknown suspect approached and shot Mr. Hammond as he arrived home from work. He was found lying outside the driver's side door of his charcoal gray 2009 Lexus. The incident took place in Madison Heights in front of the President Madison Apartments, located at 31,700 Harlow Drive near 13.5 Mile and John R. Roads. Clarence was only 33 years old. Today, his family and friends are here to tell his story and to let the murderer know who they took away from them.
Clarence, Tariq, Ricky, Granddaddy, Old Man, Silk. He had a lot of names and he had a lot of personality. My brother loved to laugh. He loved being around family. He loved his boys, his mama, his sister, his bonus mom, his dad. He loved everybody, all of his families, cousins and everyone. And he had a lot of life in him. He loved to debate. He was always up for a good debate. Loved to eat and just always a good time, you know. And unfortunately, those smiles, that laughter, he had the most unmistakable laugh. You always knew it was him. Like, it just filled the room. It's something that they would call an infectious laughter. But unfortunately, when he was taken from us, that laugh was taken from us, those smiles, those good moments. And, you know, he had 2 children, my nephews, Shiloh and Chance. And unfortunately, when he was taken away from us, they not only lost their dad, but we lost them too as well. So it was like more than one person being taken away from our family. And we may not be able to get Tariq back, but at least we can have, we would love to have the kids back in our lives. We would love to have that connection and for them to know their family. You took a brother, you took a father, you took a nephew, you took a son. You took a lot from a lot of people, and we'll never be able to get that back, so at least we can have justice. the best thing you can do is speak up if you do know anything, and bring our family peace. We at least deserve that justice.
Tariq often visit with us. I was married to Tariq's dad, who unfortunately passed 6 months ago on Tariq's birthday. So I'm here for the fight of the family. I'm here to see this resolved. Tariq was everything that LaToya just said and even more. He was a righteous, upright man, believed in doing things the right way, and was even loved by the place where he worked. He worked in the prison, and they loved him there because he respected them as people, although they were there paying for their crimes. So to have him taken away from us this way has been unbearable for not just, I mean, it's been rough for me. I can't imagine what it's been like for his natural mother. Like 30 times worse, I'm sure. So we deserve the justice, not only for us, but the children deserve to know the heritage of the Hammond family and the Truitt family. They deserve that. They deserve to have that connection because they were very little when they were taken away. So I'm here for the fight. I'm here to see it finished. And I will declare today, we will have justice if we have to take this case and move it out of this county.
He's missed, very missed. He was, I miss his sense of humor. We had a crazy sense of humor, the same crazy sense of humor. And I miss talking to him all the time. We talked on the phone all the time. I miss everything about him. He was my dance partner. We were always the first one on the dance floor. It was me and him. And then the rest of the family would join us. But we need closure. We just want somebody to speak up, give us peace. And if Shiloh and Chance is watching, you have family that love and miss you. We want to see it. Speak up. Speak up. We need closure. We need peace. Clarence deserves it. He was a good man. He was a good man and an excellent father. If you know something, say something.
One of the parts that hurts the most is knowing that Shiloh and Chance didn't really get to fully enjoy their father, you know? Going back to that day when everything happened, it seemed like a bad dream. Not speaking up is not speaking up and withholding information. It's not doing anything but deepening a cut, ripping the wound open more. Just give us that peace. Speak up.
He also had an open assault charge. Someone had assaulted him, and his witnesses were nurses and doctors. So he had that case going in his favor. I guess same person in the custody fight. But yeah, he was about to win custody of his kids. And we believe that's why he's no longer with us today.
November 10th, 2022 at approximately 1:45 p.m., a burgundy Chevy Impala struck Aziz Cassis at Lasser and Vernier on Detroit's northwest side. The driver fled the scene on Lasser. The vehicle will have windshield damage and possible front end damage on the passenger side. Today, his family and friends are here to tell his story and to let the driver know who it is they took away from him.
Aziz was my little brother, and my brother, who 13 months ago was disappeared from this world suddenly, violently, and tragically. He was killed in the street like an animal, something no one deserves. And we want the person who did it to know that he wasn't just some guy who got in your way that you could leave behind in the rearview mirror. He was part of this huge family. He is one of 6 siblings, one of dozens of cousins. He is an uncle. He is a lifelong friend and neighbor. All people who miss him and love him and grieve him every day. He never got to be a husband or a father. But in his time, he was someone with so much charisma, so much charm and personality. The minute anybody met him, they fell in love with him. He could talk to anyone from anywhere about anything. He was so smart, he was so funny, he was handsome. His beautiful smile is missing from all our Christmas photos. No more birthdays to celebrate, no more big family holidays that he's a part of. He has left a huge hole in our hearts and in our lives. And we still don't know who did it. Or if we do, they're somewhere and they feel comfortable hiding away after having done this horrific thing. So we just want you to know that he was a full person who was loved, who is severely missed. And if you know anything, if you saw anything, please let us know. You have the number there, you have the information. Please reach out.
I grew up very close to Aziz, and I have a lifetime of memories with him. And he was a soul taken away from us by somebody who decided to strike him, kill him, and just drive away. Whoever that was has no heart. And we just want to see if somebody in the community can please step forward with any information leading to somebody getting held liable for this, because somebody hit him and somebody killed him. That didn't just happen on accident. Somebody knows something, and we need some answers, please.
Growing up, he was someone I looked up to, someone who showed me and taught me many things, someone who showed me how to navigate life in more ways than just work. He was so playful, so fun, so funny, so spontaneous, just a great person that every day we feel the lack of his presence. He's just someone that at the end of the day was just a good person and who did not deserve the things that have happened to him. And to the person who did this, it may have been an accident. I don't know. Only you know. That doesn't make it okay. You have to come forward. You have to give my family closure. We have been hurting for 13 months, and we can't even begin to grieve until justice has been served. It is your responsibility to come forward, and if anyone knows anything, please help my family begin our process of closure and just come forward. We desperately need justice to be served. Aziz needs justice to be served.
Tia Lene Joe was a hard-working mother who had many plans to go back to school and to become a nurse, as she found joy and fulfillment in helping others. Tia and her infant son were found shot on Sunday, April the 7th, 2019, in the city of Novi. They were discovered at 4:10 a.m. in the 29,000 block of Russaw near Carousel Street. The homeowner believed an intruder had entered the residence. Tia Jo was fatally wounded by the shots, but her infant son survived his injuries. Today, her mother and family are here to tell her story and to let the perpetrator know who it is that they took away from them.
On April 7, 2019, someone entered my home. I woke up to gunshots, not knowing that my daughter was gone. I always worry about my son when he was up in college. When he came home, I would always worry when he said he was going out. My daughter, she didn't do much. She went to school, went to work, came home. I said that to say, I worry when they're out. I never thought I would have to worry about them in our own home. You came into our little space, our domains, and took my daughter and Braxton's mom away from us.
So if you know anything that what happened, please come forward. We just want closure for Braxton and my mom again. Braxton has had multiple surgeries since he was shot and still recovering.
Every day I look at Braxton, I see her. Or if I don't see her, it's something that he does that reminds me of her. He was shot also. I didn't know that he was shot until he was airlifted to U of M Hospital.
Braxton, he has been through a lot, a very, very lot. He's a miracle. You talk about a miracle baby, he is a miracle baby. Because of what that individual did, he had to have his intestines outside of his body for over a year. And with the doctors up there at Michigan University Medical Center, they were able to save his life. And we thank them very much and pray for them constantly that everything will be all right.
We pray all the time for Braxton. We babysit Braxton. He is such a lovable child. And we just look at him at times and tears come to our eyes because we know what he meant to his brother and how his brother loved him so much.
My granddaughter is very much missed, and if anyone has any information whatsoever, no matter how minute or small you might think it may be, please ma'am, please sir, come forward and help us, as my grandson said, get closure to find out who has done this.
Red rough. It's just ain't a night that go by I don't think about it. So I just hope somebody say something.
Crime Stoppers of Michigan helps lead the way in the fight to prevent and solve crimes. But we cannot do it without you. We need assistance from everyone, no matter who they are, to continue our mission.
Each of these cases and faces represent mysteries that must be solved, and their stories deserve to be told. They are mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, and loved ones, like Nathaniel Townsend Jr., aka Messiah. He was murdered in May of 2020, shot by an unknown suspect from an unknown vehicle driving by. The incident took place on Burwood, on Detroit's west side. Nathaniel was only 4 years old. Jeff Nager, murdered in July of 2022 on Detroit's northwest side. He was found shot in his pickup truck that crashed near the eastbound I-96 service drive. Jeff was 39 years old. Natalian Ringo was found murdered in August of 2019 in Highland Park. He was found on George Street near Puritan. Natalian was just 23. Kayla Hunter, 7 years old, and 1-year-old Christian Justice went missing in 2014. They were last seen in their home on Ardmore Street. Their mother, Alicia Fox, was found murdered in an abandoned home on Penrod Street. Kayla Jevedon was killed in August of 2019 on Detroit's East Side. She was shot during a robbery on Cedar Grove Street. The shooters were masked and took off after they opened fire. Tamara Renee Williams is wanted for mutilation, dead body disinterment, tampering with evidence, and felony firearm of her boyfriend, 39-year-old David Carter. The homicide took place in September of 2018 in Melvindale. Tamara was 39 when this happened. The suspects in all of these crimes have to be held accountable.
Even if money is your motivator, know that no matter what, you are helping bring closure and a sense of peace back into the lives of so many people.
Here is how to collect your cash reward. Pick up the phone and enter the PIN, which is 065-432-11234. Next, enter 767, followed by the pound sign when prompted for the phone number. When an operator comes on, just tell them you are an inmate checking on your tip information.
They will put you through to the person that gives updates, and that person will then ask you for your tip number and give you your update. If your tip did lead to an arrest, there are 2 ways you can collect your cash. Number 1, either give your tip number to a trusted family member or friend and they can get your money for you. Or number 2, you can collect it when you're released. If you want to do the right thing while earning some cash, you're also helping communities and your loved ones stay safe. Please make the call. If you have already submitted a tip or if you are thinking about it, just know that your actions can really make a difference. I'm Andrea Isom for Crime Stoppers of Michigan. Thank you.
This public service program has been prepared and presented by Crime Stoppers of Michigan with the cooperation of Michigan law enforcement authorities, family, and friends of the victims of the crimes, in the hope that viewers will call in with tips, which will help solve these crimes in southeastern Michigan. Crime Stoppers relies upon information provided by Michigan law enforcement authorities in the production of this programming. Crime Stoppers does not assume responsibility to update this public service presentation as future crimes are solved.